Coming up,
we see a lot of people with plantar fasciitis, heel pain.
this state-of-the-art scanner helps you find the perfect fit for your feet in less than a minute. Then join us at a food bank making meals more accessible to those in need with dry goods, fresh meals, and workforce preparation. We'll also consult the experts on weight loss and cosmetic surgery complications. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hey, welcome to SoFlo Health. That's me, Hunter Frankie, cooking with Feeding South Florida's Director of Culinary, Susan. These meals will feed food insecure individuals throughout the Tri-County area, and for more information about that, let's first meet Paco. If you've been watching SoFlo Health for a long time, then you'll recognize Paco. Paco, good to see you again.
Likewise. Thank you for having us, Hunter.
I gotta say, I like the shirt.
Oh, thanks. It's our Hunger Action Month shirt.
Yes, and what is Hunger Action Month for those that don't know?
Hunger Action Month is a month of action, 30 ways in 30 days to get involved, to help your community, to help put food on the table for so many families here in South Florida, from Palm Beach down to the Keys, 1.2 million individuals struggling to put food on the table. So this is our community, our way of getting our community involved and to give back and be part of the solution.
Yeah, we like to help out and get the word out on SoFlo Health. This is Feeding South Florida, Palm Beach County. But although we're in Palm Beach and you're thinking, well, this is Miami-Dade, Fort Lauderdale TV, what are we doing? Well, this facility services all of South Florida, correct?
This facility does. We're in Boynton Beach, and our kitchen that we'll see in a bit is going to prepares meals for homebound seniors. We prepare about 600, 700 meals every single week to go out to our seniors in Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties.
And you got an example of that right here, yeah?
I do. I have one of the examples of our meals. We have a quality meal. Our chef likes to create and prepare a rainbow for our seniors. They're all healthy meals. Some of them even have, some of our seniors have chronic issues. So we have all the ingredients here listed for them. We even have heating instructions, so they know how to prepare this meal, and they get
even down to the nutrition facts, which I think is great too.
We want to make sure that we're not exacerbating any of their conditions, so we want to make sure that they're staying healthy and live long, prosperous lives.
In addition to that, you also want to make use of the facilities that you have by giving people the opportunity to be able to work. Explain that for us, please.
So we saw in Broward that we have our workforce training program, the warehouse edition. Right?
Yeah.
So we teach people all warehousing aspects, from shipping, receiving, inventory, all those pieces. Here in Palm Beach County, in Boynton Beach, we have our culinary training program. It's a 12-week program where we teach people everything about cooking, whether it's knife skills and how to prepare sauces and bases and soups, all the way to desserts. And we help them gain employment. And we follow them for a year to make sure that not only do they get a job, but they keep that job.
And if people would like to help and they want to be a part of the process, how can they?
There are many ways to get involved with Feeding South Florida. FeedingSouthFlorida.org will share with you all the ways to get involved. You can donate funds, you can come out and volunteer. We have volunteers packing food, we have volunteers packing meals. You can even come out to some of our events. We have our Outrun Hunger in Palm Beach on September 21st. We have our first ever, our inaugural gala, November 16th at the Hard Rock. Nice. So that's going to be exciting for us. So look on our website, all kinds of information there. Please join us. There's room at the table for everybody.
Wonderful. One thing I'd like to educate people on a little bit is, if you want to give in any way, that's a wonderful thing. And whether you do this on a national or local scale, that's great. Why do you think it's important to be a part of the local Feeding South Florida versus, say, Feeding America or other wonderful parts of the organization?
Giving local always helps people who are local, right? Helps your neighbors, helps students that go to school with your kid, helps the seniors in your area. Giving local really benefits the community.
Wonderful. Well, we really appreciate what you're doing for us, and we're excited to be a part of Hunger Action Month again. And this time around, we're actually going to get to see some food being prepared with Susan, correct?
I think you're actually going to help prepare, so yes.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll find out more about that in just a bit. Paco, thank you so much.
Hunter, thank you.
I'm going to go find Susan. In the meantime, you watch this. I'm pretty much always telling you to go for a walk on SoFlo Health because it's good for you. However, you might avoid going for a walk if you're having some pains. So we're at Foot Solutions today. So let's go inside, check out their cool technology, and find out more. This is Brian of Foot Solutions. Brian, thanks for being with us today.
Hunter, thanks for having me, my man.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Tell us. I mean, obviously we're surrounded by shoes and foot-related stuff.
Yes.
What do you do here?
We make custom orthotics, and then we have different brands of shoes to house those orthotics. So we see a lot of people with plantar fasciitis, heel pain, ankles, knees, hips, back. If you have pain, come see us. We get you aligned. That's why we're here.
Of course. So what happens when somebody comes in?
So when someone comes in, first we have you get seated, right?
Sure.
And then go ahead, take your socks and shoes off.
All right.
Please. So we're gonna watch you walk. I'm gonna actually have our assistant manager, Kevin, come over here.
Sure.
Stand up for us. You're gonna face the door.
Yep.
And then you're gonna walk, take about 8 to 10 steps, walking down. And as you're walking, we're looking for if your feet are rolling out or in. That is awesome. And then from here, Hunter, we're gonna actually take you over to our scanning equipment.
Okay.
So this is a high-end diagnostic tool. Put your left foot on the scanner. And then Kevin's gonna make sure that you're aligned perfectly. And when I tell you this is high-end stuff, man, this allows us actually to see if you need a custom orthotic, we have the technology to 3D print this thing. It's absolutely amazing.
All right. So
All right, Hunter.
clearly that's the bottom of my feet.
That is the bottom of your foot, right? It shows a pressure imprint, right? You see how there's not a lot of pressure on their pinky toe, but there's a lot more on the big toe. And then you see you also have a really healthy arch, which is really, really cool.
Well, let's take a seat and talk some more about it.
For sure.
Let's do it.
I want you to take a look at this.
Okay.
That is a finished 3D custom printed orthotic. So we're able to, when we scanned your foot, take that information, we send it off to our design team, and they design the orthotic just for you. Then we go to shoes. There you go.
All right. So we've got the Noeen in here. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yes.
It feels like I have like just more strength through it. Like when you go to do a squat and you feel really strong in your squat, it feels like this leg has that just a
slight more.
Yeah, just enough to where you feel more stable. And I think for a lot of people, that's all they're looking for. They're not looking for some huge overhaul of their gait. They want just some stability in their life.
Man, and you're absolutely correct. You want to feel the ground. You don't want something that changes the way that you move.
If people would like to find out more about what you're doing here or experience it for themselves, how can they?
Footsolutions.com, type in your zip code, and your nearest location will pop right up.
Well, thank you so much for teaching me everything that I've learned here today about my own feet and more. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Hunter.
You got it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Come right back and we'll get cooking with the culinary director at Feeding South Florida after the break on SoFlo Health.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. I'm now joined by Susan. We're still with Feeding South Florida, and right now we're at Feeding Palm Beach County, but they service all of South Florida with prepared meals, the same thing we do at our local Feeding South Florida, where they package foods together and distribute them to people in need. So Susan, what are we doing here today?
So today we're going to make shrimp curry, which is something that we do here in our kitchen. So the Pembroke office, they do ready-to-eat food and non-perishables. We actually cook in our kitchen facility, and we distribute to 4 counties.
Wonderful.
Let's do it. Let's start with our knives. So I'm going to hold my knife like a pinch and a grip. And then this hand, my other hand, my non-cutting hand, is going to make a claw. So you kind of, I used to teach little kids, and one of the kids said it's like a backboard in basketball. I love that.
That's cool.
So that's so you don't cut yourself. And then you want to hold your product. Classic way of cutting an onion would be a dice. We're just going to slice for our purposes today. So I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to put the tip of my knife down, and I'm going to make thin slices. I'm just going to rock my knife back and forth. That's beautiful.
Perfect. Look at me.
I mean,
Chef Michelle would be proud that I learned something.
Yes, she would.
Yes.
Let's put yours in a bowl.
Sure.
And we have shrimp here that is already peeled and deveined, and we'll take everything over to our burners. We have some vegetables that are stir fry, they're pre-cut, they're ready to go.
So we're about to head over to the burners to get cooking, but before we do, we wanted to give you an example of what we're doing here. So what's this?
So this is our curry shrimp dinners. It has brown rice, it has green beans, and this would be something we will package, we'll freeze it, and we'll send off to our seniors to cook it, and the cooking instructions are on here. It is fully cooked, but then they reheat it.
Yes, this is something that Paco showed us earlier, and he also mentioned that you guys have a work program here that teaches people to gain some skills while they're here.
We do. We have a wonderful workforce training program. It's a 12-week program. They come out of it with some really good skills, knife skills, grains, vegetables, sauteing, grilling, frying, everything they need to go out and get a job. And then we also have job placement for them.
That's wonderful. So you're not only helping those in need that need the food itself, but helping others find ways to help and gain some skills for themselves along the way.
Absolutely.
Great. All right, well, I'll leave this here, and we're going to go get to cooking. We'll see you after you watch this. We're now joined by Dr. Myers. Dr. Myers, thanks for being with us.
Great to be here.
What's happening with weight loss here, and how are you doing it differently than maybe other places are?
I'm a board-certified internist, meaning I take care of patients from head to toe. And now I've added the weight loss program, Simple MD, to our services, my repertoire. So me and my staff, including my nurse practitioners, are using the GLPs and the GLP-GIP combinations here.
Who is a prime candidate for something like this?
Well, anybody that is obese or needs to lose from 15 to even, 100 pounds.
And what are the kind of results that people are able to achieve, and what do the timelines look like?
People can expect to lose 6 to 8 pounds a month, and then there's the inevitable plateaus, but I counsel people through the plateaus. Once you beat that plateau, there's a nice drop, and I've had patients lose well over 100 pounds, a few of them, of course. A lot of 20-pound losers, a lot of 40-pound losers, 50-pound losers.
Why is it a good idea to lose the weight?
Adipose tissue, which is fat, is not benign, actually. It does have its own metabolic issues, which lead to inflammation and can be atherogenic, so which means it can lead to heart disease, stroke, risk factors like that, diabetes, and kidney disease. So when we're helping patients lose weight, we are helping them live longer and better.
I needed to do something for myself because I had gained 25 pounds, and I figured I'll give this a try, which was one of my best decisions in my life. At the beginning, I didn't lose weight quickly. They encouraged me, they cheerleaded me along. Then it was 8 pounds. Then it was over 10, and 10 is one size. And then 30 will be good, and then the last 6 just came off. I feel the best that I've felt in so many years. I have more confidence than I've had in a long time. So I found new friends, new confidence, and I just feel good and look good.
If people would like to learn more, how can they?
Well, absolutely. They can look up Simple MD online. They can call our office, which is the SoFlo Health Institute. They can look me up on the web, Yael Myers MD.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You got it.
Hunger Action Month continues at Feeding South Florida, and we meet with a cosmetic surgeon about breast implant illness when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. This is Susan. We're at Feeding South Florida, preparing a meal that they would prepare to send out to the people of South Florida that need it most. So, Susan, what's next?
So we're going to put our burners on the stove. Then we're going to put, enough oil to kind of cover the pan. And then we have our onions that we cut earlier. Go ahead and drop them in. And then you just want to move them around a little bit.
I've got more of a thick cut situation going on over here.
Yeah, but that's yummy. And then I like curry powder a lot. So this is your classic curry powder with turmeric. I put a little or a lot, depending on what you want, right over that.
Good.
All right, so go ahead and put your shrimp right in there. And you can just turn them like so.
Yep.
And when they start to turn opaque, change color a little bit, they get pink. Shrimp are, funny, undercooked and they taste, if it's a cooked shrimp dish, they don't taste great, and overcooked, they taste like rubber. So there's that fine
Yeah, shrimp's a funny one for sure. Yep.
So then I'm going to take some of these vegetables, some stir-fry vegetables, and just put them right in.
And now you got
Then
that
just gonna
veggie
mix it
smell
up
in
a
there
little.
too.
And if you want to grab that coconut milk, I'll pour about half of this right in there. And now we want the fire to be a little bit lower. We just want it to cook through, finish cooking the shrimp. And then you want to cook it down or reduce it a little bit, get it nice and thick. However, with coconut milk, you don't want to bring it to like a rapid boil. That's good because it will break because of the high fat content in the coconut milk. So this is probably cooked.
Probably pretty good. Give us just a second. We'll get these on a plate. How do you generally get this to the public? What goes along with it?
So we serve this particular dish with brown rice and with green beans, and then it will get frozen and then delivered to their door with cooking instructions on it.
And what are the other kind of meals that you guys make here on a regular basis?
Oh, we have a lot. When I came, they were on a 2-week rotation, and I changed it to a 4-week. We try and eat the rainbow, cook lots of colors. We low sodium and low sugar because they're seniors.
Well, Susan, let's see how we did here. Let's try and get a little of everything. Very, very good. Clearly we're chewing. So let's hear from a volunteer.
I retired 4 years ago, and I had a yearning to do something that was serving the community more at a basic need. I've loved it. It's fun. They usually have music going and videos, and there's no high pressure whatsoever. You work at your own speed. You need to get your job done that's been assigned by the end of your shift, but it's a lot of fun.
If people would like to learn more about what you guys do here or get involved, how can they?
That's great. We need you, please. We need more volunteers. We need people to come out to our run. We have a 5K run September 21st in Okeechobee Park. You can go to feedingsouthflorida.org, and you can look through the website and find out ways to donate your time, to help us in any way that you can.
Wonderful. Susan, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
South Florida is known for a lot of things, and plastic surgery is certainly one of them. We're here at Carlos Spira Plastic Surgery today to talk about a more serious side of breast augmentation, and that's breast implant illness. If you've never heard of it, I think you'll want to listen in, so let's go meet the doctor. We're here to talk about breast implant illness. What is that?
It's a disease that started to be described since 2016, characterized for fatigue, brain fog, arthritis, pain in the joints, in patients that have breast implants.
And what can people do about it if they are experiencing these things?
They should go to the medical doctor to rule out any other disease. When all the other diseases are ruled out, if they still have symptoms, and if they have breast implant, then they have to remove, or they have the option to remove the implants.
Let's take a moment and listen to a patient's experience.
Okay.
Here's Karen.
I had my breast implants done about 23 years ago. I had breast implant removal surgery as well as a lift 3 months ago. I was suffering from breast implant illness symptoms. I am 3 months post-op. My health has improved dramatically. I am feeling great. I would 1000% recommend Dr. Carlos Spira. If I've trusted him with my body, my health, and my whole being for over 20 years. I highly recommend him for any cosmetic surgery needs. And breast implant illness, if you suspect you are one of those women that are suffering from it, put your trust in Dr. Spira. He's got your back.
As we just heard with Karen, she was experiencing many of those symptoms you described, the arthritic pain, the loss of energy, the fogginess, and then she said pretty much right after, she's feeling wonderful. Is that a common experience you've seen in your patients?
50 to 70% of the patients, then they start to feel better and the symptoms disappear. And if they have positive tests for immune diseases, then those tests sometimes they turn back negative.
That's wonderful. Dr. Spira, thank you for educating us on this subject. If people would like to find out more, how can they?
They can give us a call. We give a complimentary consultation, and I personally take care of everybody, and I will see them when they come for the consultation personally myself.
Dr. Spira, thank you so much for your time.
You are very welcome.
You got it. This is very much like your normal supermarket experience with one major exception, and that is that everything here is free for those that are food insecure. And those, of course, for those qualifying. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke. We are wrapping up our time here at Feeding South Florida, their Palm Beach location that services all of South Florida. We've seen them prepare the food, it be frozen, packaged up. We've seen the dry goods get sorted, and how it all comes together to service those in South Florida that need it most. And this is just one of their pantries where you can get everything from granola to flour, oil, syrup, all of the basic needs that you might want, including diapers, tinfoil, plasticware, paper plates, just simple things that people need to be able to have a normal life. And it's wonderful that they're doing that here, so thank you so much to everyone at Feeding South Florida, including Paco and Susan, who were with us earlier today. And later on today, you can watch SoFlo Home Project host and design expert Elena Capra. So let's see what's going on with Elena.
Hi, Hunter. So today we are talking about the importance of selecting the right finishes for your home remodel. Later today on SoFlo Home Project, we tour a beautifully renovated home that has some stylish finishes that truly make a statement.
And before SoFlo Home Project, have you ever considered getting a job in the marine industry? Even if you haven't, don't miss this next episode of SoFlo H2O with host Olivia Ray this afternoon at 4:30 on the one and only Local 10.
That's all we have for this week's episode of SoFlo Health, so here's what's on the next SoFlo Health.
Weightlifting is a sport, and we'll learn how it's done from a Team USA weightlifter. Plus, everything you need to know about hair growth and hair loss.
Thank you so much for watching. As always, you can catch up on previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloShows.com. You can also follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health.